everyone, today I'm going to be sharing with you all the books I bought in April and May. I don't plan on buying any more this month as I have bought quite a fair few over the last couple of months, so I thought I would post my book haul now. The first book I got is The Art of Being Normal, and this is by Lisa Williamson. This is about a boy called David who is a bit of an outsider. He gets bullied and he has a bit of a secret. He actually wants to be a girl. His parents think he's gay. He doesn't really have a very good life at the minute because he can't explain to people what's going on in his head. We also meet Leo, who likes to just keep himself to himself. He doesn't like to talk to anyone, but he accidentally gets the attention of the most beautiful girl in school. And somehow Leo and David form this friendship, and I'm not really sure on anything else, that's all I know, but I'm really excited to read it as I don't think I've read a book like this before. The second book I bought was Will Grayson, and this is by John Green and David Levithan. So this is about two boys, both called Will Grayson, and they end up somehow meeting each other and their lives start to turn in completely different directions to what they expected it to. Other than that, again, don't really know much else, but this is the only book by John Green I've not read, I don't think. And obviously this is also by David Levithan as well, so it'd be nice to be introduced to his writing too, as I have not read anything by him yet. Don't kill me! I know I should have done, but I haven't, so this will be a nice introduction. The third book I got was Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and I just needed to pick it up, as it is a nice summer contemporary. However, I do live in England, and at the minute the weather is rubbish. We've got about 3 days of summer, and that's it. It's gone back to raining now. Yeah, it's great. However, I will read this book soon, I think, as I really am in the mood for a bit of a contemporary at the minute, so hopefully I'll pick this up soon. So this is about a girl called Sloane, and she disappears, not telling her best friend Emily where she's gone or what's happened to her or anything. Emily knows absolutely nothing. Sloane has left her a list of things to do, however, a bit like a bucket list, and some of the things are just a bit ridiculous. I think one of them's skinny dipping, that kind of thing, things that Emily wouldn't normally do. But Emily starts thinking that if she completes this list, will that bring Sloane back? Sounds like a really good book. I really want to read this soon, but I just haven't got around to it yet. But I definitely need to get around to this one soon, I think. And the next book is a book you're all going to be like, honey, you need to read this book, why haven't you read it yet? I know, I will read it soon, I promise. But this book is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I know Hayley from Hills Hearts NYC, this is her favourite book ever, and to be honest, I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book anyway, so I definitely need to read this one soon. I just don't know when I'll get round to it. I am rubbish at this. I buy so many books and then I've no idea when I'm going to read what. So this is set in 1939 in Nazi Germany, and this follows the life of a 9-year-old girl who has been sent to live with a foster family while her parents have been sent to a concentration camp. As well as that, this story is actually narrated by Death, which I find really interesting. I have never read anything like that at all, so I'd be really intrigued to find out how this is written and how the story develops. And just more about it, to be honest, because people have raved about this book and I still have not read it. I know it's a problem. I promise I'll read it soon. I hope. The next books I'm going to show you are a series, and a very hyped series at that. These books are, of course, the Divergent series by Veronica Roth. Yes, I have not read the Divergent series. I've heard amazing things about the first book, like really good things about the first book. Insurgent, okay, I think I heard, and then Allegiant, just, yeah. So I'm a bit scared about going into the series, but I do want to read it and find out what all the hype is about, basically, because I do not know at all. I haven't read a series like this since probably last year, so it'll be good to get into another series like this again this year. In this I also have 4, which is this, is it a spin-off or something? Something like that. You'll probably be able to correct me, so let me know in the comments below if you can correct me. And as well as that, there's a tiny little book here, I don't know whether you can see that, but it's a tiny little book, and that is about the world of Divergent, which I thought was really nice. And I love this box set, how nice is this? This is actually from the Works, if you're wondering, and it was like £12.99, reduced from like £30, so I was like, yeah, I'm having that. So yeah, I'm going to have to try and get around to this series soon too, but I just don't know when. Story of my life! The next book is the final book in a series which I read last year, and that is the Selection series final book, which is The Crown, and this is by Kira Cass. I love the Selection series, it's a bit of a guilty pleasure. I really enjoyed it, and when I got to the end of where it was published, I really needed the last book, so I'm so happy I've now got my hands on this. I plan on reading this really soon and getting the series completely finished. Probably before I start any more series would be a good idea. So the Selection series is basically like The Bachelor, if you've seen The Bachelor. I've not actually seen The Bachelor, but I just know what it's about. So the first 3 books are about America, and she goes through the selection process, and this involves her and a lot of other girls living in Prince Maxon's castle, or palace, and Prince Maxon chooses between all of the girls, that kind of thing. The Heir, which came out last year, which was the 4th book, is about America's daughter, and she's now gone through the selection process. So I read The Heir, and this is the final process for her selection, I assume. So yeah, really excited to read this one, really excited to complete the series. It'll be great to have another completed series on my shelf. The next book is the second book to a duology, and that is P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. I read To All the Boys I Loved Before last month? I think it was last month, if it wasn't the month before, but I think it was last month I read it, and I really enjoyed it. Thought it was great, so I picked up this book, and so I plan on reading this one really soon too, so that I can also get that duology finished. I am getting there with actually finishing off series and duologies and trilogies and things. I have quite a lot in the middle at the minute, and I just need to get them all finished. So To All the Boys I Loved Before is about a girl called Laura Jean, and she writes letters to all the boys she's ever loved, and these are just for her, nobody else, but then all the letters get sent out. So she has to kind of deal with the consequences of that. This is the second book, so I'm not going to tell you anything about this. To be honest, I don't really know that much about this anyway, but obviously I don't want to spoil the first book for you and tell you too much about this one. I am really excited to read this though, so hopefully I will get around to this really soon and get another completed series, duology, trilogy, duology finished. Oh, we're getting there. We're nearly done. Not quite, but we're nearly done. The second last book I am going to show you today is one of the most hyped books around BookTube at the minute. And again, it is the second book in a series, so I'm really excited to carry on with this series. And of course the book is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. This is the second book to the Court of Thorns and Roses series. Has that got a name, that series, or is it just the Court of Thorns and Roses series? Leave that in the comments below as well, let me know about that one. So Court of Thorns and Roses is like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and we follow a girl called Feyre who ends up killing a wolf, not realising the wolf was actually from the Feylands, and she then has to go to the Feylands or she dies. It's either or. So she goes to the Feylands, a lot of things happen, a lot of things get cut off. It goes absolutely crazy at the end. It was a really good book, I really enjoyed it. Again, don't want to tell you anything about this one. To be honest, again, I don't know much about this one because it is the second book, but I am so excited to read it. However, Sarah J Maas knows how to write long books, doesn't she? Like, that is huge compared to Court of Thorns and Roses. That is a good, like, maybe 200 pages more. I was like, wow, when I seen this on the shelves of Waterstones. However, I had to get it, obviously, because it's pretty and the story's really nice and the spine looks really nice on my shelf. And the final book I have to show you is actually the first book in a series. It is a series that is also being really hyped again on BookTube at the minute because the final book's just come out, and that is, of course, The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I have not read this book. I've not read any of the series, so I thought I would jump on the bandwagon with this one and give it a go. I do, however, want to finish the To All the Boys I Loved Before duology. I want to read A Court of Mist and Fury to get that underway, and I also want to read The Crown for the Selection series so I can get that finished. So this is not going to start just yet, but I will hopefully read it fairly soon and get this one started. If I enjoy this one, of course I am then going to pick up the other books in the series as well. So as far as I'm aware, you probably all know a lot more about this series than I do, but this is about a girl called Blue, and she's always been told to stay away from the Raven boys who go to a private school, I think, because they just mean trouble. But then a boy ends up sort of emerging out of the dark or something, and she ends up getting involved with the Raven boys somehow. And I don't really know much else. That was a rubbish description, I'm really sorry about that. However, you probably all know what this is about anyway. So yeah, eventually I will get into this series, hopefully very soon, as the obviously final book has just come out. So I just want to be able to talk about this series to all of you, as I want to be involved in all these Raven Cycle conversations. Because it's so good apparently, and I'm not in on this yet, and I really need to be in on this. So yeah, that is the final book I'm going to show you today. It has been quite a long book haul, but yeah, the final book is obviously the Raven Boys, first book in the Raven Cycle, which I will read soon, I promise. Maybe. And one last thing I just want to show you, it's not a book, it is actually a bookmark. And I picked this up from Waterstones when I was there the other day. So you've got the Alice in Wonderland there, and you've got the little rabbit there as well, and on the back you've got the cards. And I just really like the look of this bookmark, and it was free to just pick up, so of course I'm going to pick it up. The reason they're doing these bookmarks at the minute is because Lang Art Gallery, which is in Newcastle where I live, is doing an Alice in Wonderland art exhibition kind of thing at the minute, and this is running between the 14th of May and the 2nd of October, so it's quite a long run. So I do plan on going into the art gallery and having a look at the Alice in Wonderland things, because I don't really bother with art and things like that, but it's Alice in Wonderland, so I need to go really, because Alice in Wonderland's so magical. So that is it for my book haul for April and May. I hope you enjoyed it. If there are any books I've mentioned today that you really want me to read soon, then let me know in the comments below and I will try my best. Thank you all for watching. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. All of my social media is linked in the description below, as always, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye!